Libra. Libra, bra. Bro. I don't know why I'm hearing. You could be like getting some news from somebody. I just got this, but it's like someone's like, bro. You know how they're trying to say bro, but they say bra instead? Bro. Bro. I think that's like the youngins lingo these days or something. I don't know. I'm really kind of old for all that. However, being too old for that kind of qualifies me to be a Dorcas. Here's number 52, Libra, magical map shifter. There's something about, it's almost like you're planning a road trip or mapping out the course of action that you're going to take. Yeah, here's number 31, the dry desert. It did come out in the, I don't really know because it fell on the floor. I guess we'll take it in the upright. It's number 31, dry desert. It's kind of giving me, there's compass energy. Ooh, okay. So this is exactly the way this flew on the table. I'm glad that you could see all that. There's peaks of joy here, number 33 for you, Libra. So you might not be actually very excited. It's almost like having to drive across an oasis and figure out what's a mirage and what is actual like firm ground for yourself to stand on. This is the bone collector number 1 in the reverse. So you're not taking very much, like you don't want to go across this desert and run into a whole bunch of skulls and figure out like, where's my water source? How am I going to do this? How am I going to, like, you know how you just do it, like Nike, right? I feel like you don't want to run that far. I'm just looking at the footprints. You don't want to do it, Libra. You don't, there's something about you needing to like map out a different, I'm flashing on that movie Homeward Bound, and when they're in the car singing ooh ee ooh ah ah ting ting walla walla bing bang, ooh ee ooh ah ah ting ting walla walla bing bang, I call the witch doctor, he told me what to do, ooh 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 ooh. It's almost like you want to call somebody, you know, like OnStar, where are you? You understand what I mean? Oh, unexpected visitors in reverse. This is number 41. I actually picked this up. It was like sitting there or there or there. I don't really know how so unexpected visitors, it's like you don't know what to expect. You're like, I don't know. I don't know what to expect. I don't know what is expected of me. Am I supposed to walk across? Because I have walked 500 miles and I have walked 500 more to be the man that. Okay, you understand. There's a lot of like road trippy kind of music. It's almost like you took a bad trip that you don't want to be on. You know what I mean? If you're like into that LSD, mushrooms, I'm not suggesting or promoting any type of drug. Okay, no drug promotion here. However, it's almost like you, okay, it's like you kind of don't have a like there's no Pikachu, if you know what I mean. Like there's no, you know how people would go out into traffic and search for Pokemon? Yeah, you're not about to risk your bones for all that. This is what I mean. Is in that state, I don't know why this is coming through as like a gamble for you. It's like throwing bones. If that means dice, if you don't know that. Okay? You're not really like, you don't want to dice. You don't want to dice or slice or whatever. Like, this is a desert. This is not dessert, as in like the food that we consume, full of deliciousness. Okay? This deliciousness is not delicious. It is dry. This is astronaut ice cream. Nothing wrong with astronaut ice cream, by the way. I'm just saying that, it wasn't the ice cream that you expected. It's like someone's like, oh, I'll take you out to ice cream. And instead of ice cream, they give you astronaut ice cream, but you're not really like astronomically excited about it. You understand what I'm saying? That's kind of the way that I'm feeling this, Libra, is that you had one type of like, you wanted the actual creamy ice cream made from churned butter and or gelato with whipped air, particles in it. That's what you were thinking of here. What you got instead was something that was like, I'm telling you this, there's something relating this bone collection to this dry desert. It's like you don't want those bones. Someone promised you a cow, but you didn't realize it was going to be a skull to mount on the wall. People have like bison heads or, moose heads or reindeer heads mounted on the wall. They're hunters. I feel like that's not you. Someone told you they were going to take you on a trip and they took you hunting and you're a vegetarian. It's kind of like that. There's something about like a shriveled up situation. I'm also thinking of Raisin in the Sun for some reason that's coming through under the Tuscan sun. If you've never seen that movie, it's really good. It's about a lady who walks in on her husband with another woman. And then, with another woman and then leaves her. So she ends up taking a trip to Tuscany. And there she meets a whole bunch of people that are her tribe. And she's able to, it's like Waiting to Exhale or All the Things I Never Thought I'd Do with Pearl Cleage. I don't actually know if that's made into a movie, but I know that it's a book. I've read it. I think I have it. Anyway, this is dry desert. You were expecting dankness, but not like, you didn't want like dry. That reference to like the no drug references, right? But this is what that is. When someone's like, oh, I got something real dank for you, you were expecting it to not be dry. Like you didn't want it to be like, can I get some? You expected there to be a Jiffy Lube station somewhere for your car, right? But you didn't expect to have to walk across the desert in your freaking Nikes or through the snow in your boots, okay? Yeah, these boots might be made for walking, but I'm not trying to walk, okay? That's the kind of energy that's right here. You just didn't take a lot of joy in something. It wasn't the experience that you were expecting right here. I'm hearing Runaway by Kanye West, but also by Janet Jackson. This bone collection, there's like lovely bones. Okay, it's almost like, oh, this is nasty. I don't actually want to read into that. It's nasty energy right there. Yeah. The Lovely Bones is about a little girl who's killed and then she's buried inside of this. It's really sad. But anyway, she comes back spiritually to help her family find her or support them as much as she can from the spirit realm after she's long gone. She's long gone. But it is really interesting. It is kind of dark. Oh, there's the ugly truth. There's the map. That wasn't really the peak of joy you thought it was going to be. I don't know why I'm picking this up for you, Libra, but it's literally something about you having to take a walk on the dark side or a walk on the wild side, or a walk on the light side. Let's just be fair here. Be fair about everything, right? This is the Four of Pentacles. So it's like you're holding on to the idea of not having to take a leap towards something. You're kind of hanging out upside down, like, no, I don't. I don't have to take a leap towards that. You might. Okay. That's the reality of the situation. I don't think that was maybe the best example, like Lovely Bones, but I am saying this is a healer. The healing comes once you encounter, confront, or face whatever dire situation after you've done the walking. It's been a really long walk home. If you've seen Karina, it's about a woman who drives or nannies for these children, and she like blows this at the stoplights and they change, right? And of course she's not really controlling traffic, but it has the magical flair to it. It's about making the journey worth it. I'm hearing also Miley Cyrus, it's the climb. There's something about you needing to instill a little bit of fun, a little smidge of happiness, a little touch of joy, into the bone collection process. It might not be fun, but someone's got to do it, right? Um, if you were, there was a woman named Jessica Ridgway, and her body or corpse was found scattered a while back, and the person who did it, turns out, was somebody who was in the field of forensics. He was a forensic student, and that's kind of the bone collection process I'm getting. It's like if you worked in forensics and you were going out into the world to try to find something that you did not know the location of, it is opening a door to something that you really have no concept of, right? And you don't have this magical like device that you could just use to bing, like bing, there's no light bulb that you could just turn on or turn off to circumlocate where the bones are so you can just get it over with. You might have to walk around. You might have to turn over some stones. You might have to turn over some stones. You might have to look under some logs. You might have to look up into the tree trunk, like inside of nests and, branches of trees. It's going to be one of those. I don't think it's a pleasant process. I think it's more, you've got to have a motivation to do something like that in order to do it. It isn't something you would just be volunteering for. Although people do volunteer to sweep through the woods or the forest or wherever someone might have gone missing, be MIA, and find possibly a body. I don't know why this is so morbid. I'm sorry. So this is the hummingbird and this is the hope. You're hoping, like literally that's the like that I was just feeling, right? It's the wreck versus the recoil, like, oh, okay. You could be recoiling from the scene of an accident if you're driving, and you're just like, oh God, like you have to go up to the window of the car and see. I'm also hearing city of, or seeing it, I don't know, hearing, seeing, I think it's the same. Sarah McLachlan sings a song for City of Angels, In the Arms of the Angels. It's like you don't want to have to collect the bones and you're hoping that you don't find them, but at the same time you kind of hope that you do, just because then you can like get it over with, you know? It's rip the band-aid off, go find Jack the Ripper. It is that same mentality. It isn't about the recoil or the wreck. Okay. If you weren't recoiling or being like kind of grossed, just like really like super disgusted by the accident, then there's probably something wrong with you. Probably something wrong with you. Like you might be a sociopath. If you're like, yay, there's an act that's kind of Dexterish, if you know what I'm saying, like, but it's also like understand that it isn't something that you should internalize. I don't know if this is you or someone else that you're working with or working for or working through. I really don't know. You will know, Libra. I kind of want to check out of this energy. I want to get the heck out. Okay. Hold on. I want to get away from this energy. Yeah, I want to get the heck out. What the heck is this? Okay. So here, I'm gonna cover that because it is kind of graphic. But what it says is if I started apologizing, I'd be really busy all the time. You need to be unapologetically able to grasp this energy, and run with it. All right. You kind of need to be, I wouldn't say aggressive, but I would say assertive. Assertive. Like very assertive. This is the understanding. This is where I'm going. This is why I'm going there. Yes, I know there's a wreck. It does make me feel like vomiting. I'm going anyway, and I'm going to find those bones. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm going to listen for signs. I'm going to listen for synchronicities. I'm going to listen for every little clue because I'm clueless, of course. You don't have any clue where you're going. There's nothing lighting your way. I'm hearing as I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. You're not going to want to go into the valley of death. That girl, right? But that's a pretty dark looking cat. As soon as you walk up in there, if you know where you're going, you'll be able to get out. No problem. All right? That's the difference. That doesn't mean this cat doesn't have fangs. The fang action going on right here, something serious. Okay? However, instead of being don't just do it. Just go find that, follow the scent is what I'm saying. That dank smell, that scent, the sensation, your sensory, your tingling spidey senses that will let you know someone's been in your house, or someone's broken into your car, or someone's broken the window out of your car, or someone's in the area that you shouldn't be, like someone's following you. You need to pay attention to that and vocalize it. If you see something, say something, right? That's what those little commercials at all night long on most of the I don't know, those networks that sell a whole bunch of clothing. That's like the commercial that's on repeat. If you see something, say something, right? It's usually about health, but that's what I'm saying is that, like, yeah, that's what it is. If you see something, say something. If you went to the moon and you saw something on the dark side of the moon, would you follow your senses about it, or would you be like, I want out of here, okay? Like, I'm good. This is the moon does not have, from what we know thus far, the moon doesn't have water on it, or else it would have been a habitable surface for us to live upon. We only see the light side of the moon. We typically don't see the dark side of the moon. So imagine being a hyena, encountering the dark side of the moon for the first time, and realizing what you've just gotten yourself into. That in order to get off this, hurtling piece of gray matter that is circling the third rock from the sun, you're going to have to get back into a metal container, little fuselage looking box, and literally jet rocket yourself back to Earth because something is following you. Something from the moon is now tailing your flight. Tailing you, tailing your flight, and really just human life in general. See how that inside turns into the outside? There's a really funny meme. It's this little girl. It's actually not funny at all, but it is kind of funny to look on her face. I'll see if I can find it. But she's standing in front of a burning house. And because the house is on fire, it says, when all your inside bees, right, become your outside bees. She's like mad about something, so she just lit a match. Boom! Okay? That's kind of the idea behind that. When all your inside bitches become your outside bitches. Okay? Let me see if I can find this meme really fast because it did. Yes, I'm telling you, look at the look on her face. She is pure evil. Pure evil. Evil as in like evil. Okay? Look at that. See how she just blew that whole house up? It says, that bitch's house, my face. That's not what it's, you know how you can change the words on it. Anyway, it was the same picture though. That's kind of what I mean right now about something is trailing you. Don't become a burn victim. Trust me, it isn't fun. Let me get to additional oyster. That's the ugly truth. That is the peaks of joy. Coming right out the oyster. Okay, this is making an oyster into a Rocky Mountain oyster. That's the ugly truth of this journey. You're going to end up finding something in the Rocky Mountains that was supposed to be in the ocean. Remember, I told you it's very dry. You're not going to find water. You have to break this cactus open and literally use the aloe vera to treat your sunburn and hope to God that it has some type of water in the vicinity underneath the sand that it's growing from. That is its source. That is its original source. Okay? Yeah, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Okay? Yeesh. Yep, there's a spider right on top of this bone collection and this hope. You hope you're not going to fly into a spider's web, but in the event that you go to the moon and you find something that you didn't expect to be there, you are probably going to be the bones that are collected rather than being the bone collector. You see how that works? Collected, collector, collectee. If you want to make a collect call, collect calls cost money to the person that's answering rather than the person ringing. to begin with. Just a slight observation of the way that energetic exchange of currency works. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. I don't know why, but I'm also envisioning the movie Up. No, it's not called Up. It's called Hope. No, it's not called Hope. It's called Nope by Libra.